And a good morning to you. Welcome inside the Bottom Line. Lanny Ford Remembered along with you here this morning. Glad to have you here on a Thursday. Let me go ahead and put something out there, and I haven't told you since you've been here because I had 47,000 things going on. I do want to say that we have some nice weather coming in. Mid-50s tonight. Humidity for the next 5 to 7 days below 60%. Temps in the 80. That means you don't sweat like a pig like we do now.
No,
How about that?
I'm just like, I don't even know what that is.
That sounds lovely. I think
incredible.
it's lovely. Wonderful.
It's about time.
And I do want to mention, I'm into the memorabilia thing, but I'm not paying a fortune for stuff. And Wesley introduced me to a really bad site that I can buy crap. And I like the stuff, like I say, that's personal to me. That I've got an interest that, I'm not interested in LeBron's rookie card or those kind of things, but like I go look for the obscure things.
Right.
I've got one more item I'm bidding on, and it closes out tonight. We'll see if we get it. But I picked up last night a number 51
Favorite player.
Chicago
Favorite
Bears.
Player. I knew, yep. Favorite player.
Dick Butkus jersey.
All time.
Signed on the number, Hall of Fame 79.
That is awesome.
Pick that up, and it'll actually cost me more to get it framed than it did for the jersey. But
now I'm suspicious.
that's okay. We'll see.
Now I'm suspicious.
But I'm excited
awesome.
about that piece.
Awesome.
The other piece that I've been looking at, and here again, I'm going to give you another one that you're going to get excited about as well. I'm a linebacker kind of guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I am bidding on an 8x10 autographed, infamous picture of the one and only Jack Lambert with the helmet on.
Oh, yeah.
With the fangs, with the teeth missing.
Yeah.
Signed, 8x10. And I'll know tonight at 11 when the auction closes.
I hope you get that. I want to see it.
I saw one that I can
touch
just buy of that picture framed. But it's too big. I don't want it 16x20. That's too big. I could have bought it for less than $200.
Yeah,
I just want some 8x10 so I can kind of scatter them around.
That's going to be an awesome picture. And anybody that is or maybe isn't a Steelers fan but followed them at that time knows that the Steelers tried to draft or sign a linebacker every year because they never thought he would make it because his legs, Lenny, were this big around.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And his arms were not much bigger, and he was a holy terror. And he said, every year they try to replace me, and that's what motivates me.
Played 10 years.
Crazy.
Played in the league for 10 years in the Hall of Fame. Yes, I would if I could find one of those. I haven't looked for that, Richie. I wonder if I would bid on a William, the refrigerator period jersey.
The fridge.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm always looking out for that kind of stuff. And here again, I'm not building this massive collection for value. I'm building a collection, for me.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a neat piece.
Where are you going to put the Butkus jersey in here, man?
I don't know. I may have to rearrange over here a little bit. Well, I need to find a way to put my belt up there because I'm still the champion.
Well, you can't put it on you. I mean, it's got to go on your shoulder.
I know, but I need some way to mount it.
You just slide it into and just walk around with it.
I guess so.
Oh, my gosh.
Richie said he'd love to have a Rigo jersey. There's amazing the stuff that's out there. And honestly, the only problem with jerseys are expensive.
Yeah.
They're expensive to frame. Yeah. They occupy a lot of space. But like that Jack Lambert photo autographed.
Come on, man.
I mean, that's an 8x10. Yeah, I'll fill up a wall with stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah. And you'll have to come up and see the man cave. I call it my man cave because I got stuff all over the walls.
Well, this has turned into a fantastic place.
Yeah, it really is. I'm proud of it.
Well,
I'm proud of it.
But anybody, like you had somebody stop in the other day right when we finished the show.
Yeah, and I thought it was somebody that had called Kim or text Kim wanted to come by.
Church with.
Okay.
Because he had his mask on when he walked in, and he looked at me, and I looked at him.
When his first name Lee?
No, Todd.
Todd.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I looked at him and I said, I know that guy. Well, of course, took the mask off. I was like, hey, man, you coming here?
Yeah.
Want some T-shirts.
I got a wall full of T-shirts in here. They're Maiden shirts.
Oh, they're fantastic.
They're $5 a piece because I made a ton last year and there wasn't no school. I didn't sell anything because nobody was there.
But they're great
and I got
shirts.
New designs that I want to do, but they're all really good shirts. I've even got some performance shirts, the 100% moisture wicking shirts, and there again, it's just kind of an introductory thing, and then I got some new stuff I'm going to start making. So
they're really good. I got Quinn and Mandy some the other day. The other day on Tuesday. Holy cow, man! They're fast.
Now let me make this announcement, and I'll try to get it posted up on Facebook a couple of times. But we're going to have a little pick'em league. Okay, I was hoping I could put a link on the website or on Facebook, but it's through CBS Sports. If you'd like to be part of it, just PM me your email address, and I'll send you an invite.
Okay.
And what this is, I've got this league set up. We're going to pick the top 15 college and NFL games of the week.
All right, say all the information again.
All I need is an email address.
Send it to you.
Put it on Facebook.
Or
just
get it to
private
me.
message me through Facebook. Right. So you get me your email address, and I will send. I got to put it into the system, and it takes care of itself. We don't have to do anything. They pick the top 15 games between college and pro.
Well, this is great.
And it runs itself.
Oh, this is great.
I hate I waited so late to get this started, but
I mean, Richie, Mr. Klein, Milton. I mean, Steven,
Bob, all these guys.
TJ. I mean, we could all do this and talk about it.
Yep, that's right.
I mean, the next week and make fun of each other about how wrong we were. I mean, just have fun with it.
Yes, Richie. Anybody could do. Anybody that if somebody would like to participate, I'm completely open. This doesn't matter to me. We're not limited on numbers or anything else.
Heck no, man. Let's do it.
I've thought about the big TV. Good morning, Bill Klein. I've thought about the big TV. Just haven't got.
I've had
yet.
A couple ideas on that I haven't shared with you yet. On the big TV.
I've already got somebody here. I've already got somebody here that wants to know. Why? No, you don't get the belt, Stephen. But I may have a prize for you.
Well, the season champion.
Might even have a cash prize or something.
Get the beat down with the guy with the belt, maybe.
That's right.
But not the belt.
Good morning, Milton. But no, this is open to anybody. The more people, the more fun it will be. Brett Keever, David's son, wanted to know, and I talked to you about this, why I hadn't put a golf simulator in here so you can come in here and play golf. Guys, I've only got 1,200 square feet.
Yeah,
I'm running out of space now.
Look, you're going to have to do away with that room right there.
I can't. That's the embroidery room. I got a machine coming next week.
But you got to prioritize what's going on in here. Yeah. The golf simulator.
I don't know. I may have to expand. It's the only thing I can say.
That's fantastic.
And I do. I will be totally complete now. I've set up to where I can print full color on anything that you've got. T-shirts, any kind of shirt, sweatshirts, it don't matter.
You got some great stuff, man.
And I'll have embroidery. I'm going to start doing some hats.
What's that stretchy stuff you were talking about this morning?
That's a new technique for
incredible.
The stuff.
Well, that means the washing machine's not going to eat it.
That's
you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Andrew said, I own a T-shirt that says, I whip Lanny Ford in a pick'em contest. I am working on a new T-shirt, and I will be taking orders on these. I haven't got the prototype up yet. But it will say, I played for Bishop Sycamore. Yeah. I've got to get their colors and what their logo was, and I'm going to print up some T-shirts that you can have that says, I played for Bishop Sycamore.
Put it on Facebook. I'll share it. Social media. Yeah. You will have
a ton of them.
Lanny.
And they can't sue me because they're not real. Okay? I think we've established that. Have we not established that?
Yeah, as far as we know.
Okay.
As far as we know.
Okay.
But, dude, that is great. I played – oh, my God.
Because I think they've even changed their name now.
Well, they better.
Yeah, I think they've changed their name. But, yeah, Wes threw that idea on me yesterday, and I said, yeah, I'll work on that.
But if they market this right, Bishop Sycamore, the former, people will be like, I want to play them because everybody's going to be there. I mean, you say, well, I'm not playing somebody that's not accredited and somebody – okay, first of all, get over yourself, number one. Number two, we're talking about competition of sport. Okay, if you want to box it over here and, this is proper and appropriate, you do that. But in today's world, if you're a smaller place that needs some notoriety, who you going to play?
There you go. Bishop Sycamore.
Sycamore.
Milton said Tiger Man teased Lanny's man cave. And I'll tell this story. God, we're just way off the rails here this morning.
There is a rabbit hole.
I'll tell this story. When and I do not know the guy's name, but when the man next door passed away that on West End,
yeah.
I went to my wife and I said, "I'm buying that place."
Oh,
and she said, "No, you're not." I said, "I am. I always wanted a beer store." I said, "That'd be a great little bar." "No, you're not. No, you're not." So we had a disagreement, and I said, "I am." And then, as you can see, I didn't. And a friend of mine that I graduated with, he actually bought it, Mike Dellinger down in Lincoln.
Right.
And it was doing good there for a little bit. Then the pandemic hit,
right.
and it's yet to open back up. Maybe I need to go ahead and see if I could inquire about that, and then that could be the man cave.
What are you going to call it?
Private little parties.
What are you going to
Lanny's
call
Man Cave. You know, the only thing more infamous than West End is the creek, and there is no creek anymore.
So
that's where I get my dogs groomed.
Grandmother on the Proctor side from West Lincoln, the Proctor's out there. So that was Mandy's, Bill and Sue Abernathy. Sue, Mandy's grandmother, passed away 3 or 4 years ago. Robbie's mom. Her mother was Eula Proctor, out in just married to Ned Jarrett at one time.
Oh, okay.
Long time ago. So anyway, but they she had ownership in the creek. So Mandy was a little kid. She threw them all in the back of the car. Goodbye. Pick up the monthly rent check. Mandy said it was awesome. As a little kid, you ought to be like, wow.
Yeah, you're right, Milton. It's East End, not West End.
Yes,
East End. It was Mr. Stamey. Yeah. It sure was. Bob says call it Lanny's Lair. That's
so
what
funny.
we could call it.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I'd have to look into that and see. That might be where we need to go. I still haven't. No, her sister was married to Ned, but yes, I remember going by to pick up the rent. So she's.
Oh, sorry, Mandy. Yeah. Sorry,
Preston,
sorry.
good morning.
Sorry.
Good morning. Glad to have you, sir.
Peanut.
Glad to have you with us, buddy.
My man.
Okay, one more quick rabbit hole story. Creek game. This is I love to tell this one. Preston, Preston played at the old stadium.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he's Grant and Will's age.
Okay, all right. Let me tell you my story from personal experience with the Creek game. If you ever went to the old Thomas E. Stadium, you came in the gate beside the concession stand, and even after the field house was built under the stands,
still
Thomas E. would not let you dress. He would not ask the JVs to leave their dressing room.
Now, he did years later, but not at the time you're talking about.
Not initially. He would make the visiting team dress in the gym.
Right.
And you would come down through and come through the main gate there,
right,
and come in that gate. Well, that gate with the fence around the field was the Creek Gang's second location. That was their remote location.
Yes.
After they had done got good and soused, they would come. And this is the honest to God's truth.
It's incredible.
As a player and as a coach, you had to fight your way through the Creek Gang.
Right.
Through the language, the spitting. It was bad, and nobody cared. Nobody cared. Preston said, I've heard this type of story many times. Well, I'm telling you from personal experience here, Preston.
Oh, his cousins and uncles and
my
everything. They all know.
gosh.
His daddy used to talk to me about it, Preston's dad. Oh, God, we used to laugh about that. God,
it wasn't
we
even
had
funny.
A ball. His dad's Curtis Holloway. Greatest guy. Man, we would laugh about that.
Was back in the day. That was back in the day. That's when it was real. That was when it was real back then.
My first year at Maiden, I was like 21, 22, whatever, 21 years old, whatever, 22, was 1996, okay? And we were playing, I won't say it was Bessemer City. They had a really good player on that team. The team was not good, but the player was great. So we're getting ready to it's towards the end of the game, and that kid's getting ready to score, that really good player they got. He's going
probably Philip Crosby.
It may be. He's going into the end zone. All right. All of a sudden, if you look on film, you see this thing turning over and over. It's a hot dog. It hit him right.
That's what Steven said.
Did he say something?
He said, Coach remembers the hot dog.
Yeah, okay, all right. So anyway, yeah, that's one of the funniest things ever. But so I did Saturday morning detention, once a month basically, and we always made sure we had it after a home football game. So we're in a playoff game, and it was colder that Saturday morning. Started at 8 for the kids at whatever, and so I'm out there and I'm overseeing everything. Okay, today Saturday morning detention, we're going to clean up the stadium. So I go down there in the end zone, and these kids are like scurrying around. There's like 5 of them. They're running around picking stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, stop. They turn around, stop. There were airplane bottles everywhere. Everybody put those down. And I'm not saying it was the Creek game. What I'm saying is just, people had brought stuff in. And so I'm like, all right, everybody put those away. I was like, I must confiscate those, Yeah, oh yeah, just great. I mean, Preston
great said
stuff.
Greatest place to play football, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make this statement.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'll make this statement.
Yeah.
I always said the old stadium was good for 1 win a season. Okay,
minimum.
And Tom was good for 1 win a season.
Minimum.
I mean that
on
you
both of those.
could go ahead and count on those.
Yes,
you go ahead and count on those. Let me throw it out here one more time, and I'm gonna take a break. Private message me, or you can post it on the line here if you want to. I need your email address if you'd like to get in our pickup contest.
Yeah, man, that'd be awesome.
Top 15 college and pro games. Get it to me today because the NFL starts tonight. I want to make sure your picks have to be in by 1 hour before kickoff. So I want to make sure we get them in. So if I don't have your email address, get it to me, and then anybody can play. Anybody can play. So get that to me, and we'll get this little league started. I think it'll be a lot of fun for everybody. Nothing like bragging rights. Take a break. Be back in a moment.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit mooneyinsurance.com.
Times convenience stores are more than convenient. They're your neighborhood store, your store. With locations in Lincoln, Catawba, Gaston, Iredell, and Mecklenburg counties, there's one near you. Times convenience stores have the right items at the right price, from snacks, cold drinks, and light meals from the grill, and there's always a special to save you time and money. Times has what you need. Times convenience stores, there's one near you. Regardless of where you're going, there's one on your way. Remember, there's always time to stop by Times. Have you thought about when you would like to retire? One of your major assets is planning for retirement is time, and you lose a little of it each day. The longer you wait to start accumulating capital for retirement, the harder it's going to be. How should you plan for retirement? Start by calculating approximately how much capital you will need at retirement, then estimate how much you will have to put away each year. Finally, carefully choose the investments in which you will invest. Stifel Nicholas can assist you. Call Ford Rembert today at 828-624-7300. Stifel Nicholas, member SIPC, and the New York Stock Exchange.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily, or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
Covenant Church began as a vision of just over 100 people in 1984. Since then, Covenant Church has grown and currently located at 2168 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. The Sunday schedule includes early morning worship at 8:30, Sunday school at 9:45, and morning worship at 10:45. Their ministries extend beyond Sunday. Visit their website at www.covenantchurch.church to see all they have to offer, and better yet, stop by and see for yourself. Covenant Church may be just what you're looking for a new church home.
If you ask around, you'll find Burke Mortuary has a reputation for excellence and commitment to value. They've built a reputation of trust for more than 35 years. Burke Mortuary is proud to offer personal attention, meaningful tributes, and the area's most affordable prices. They're also proud to offer you beautiful, state-of-the-art facilities. It's the perfect place to honor your loved one. So when choosing a funeral home, the choice is easy. Choose Burke Mortuary with locations in Maiden and Newton.
In the best of times, no one is more deserving of every opportunity, encouragement, and support than the youth in our communities. Parents, teachers, coaches, and sponsors struggle to stretch their budgets to continue help. Communities need a team effort. Times Oil Corporation, a longtime member of the community, established the Times Educational Alliance Mission, or Team Foundation. Since 2011, over $125,000 in grants have been donated in the community. Times Oil and the Team Foundation are proud to be community partners.
And welcome back. Now we get to some sports now. Keep those email addresses coming in, and I'll get those sent out today. Thank you, guys. Now, Richie, I'm still on one rabbit hole here. Richie said it wasn't a bar, but we used to drive to the Mustang station. That's up there at the end of Blackburn Bridge Road.
Bridge Road, yeah,
okay?
right.
On Startown.
Right.
Now, here's the deal, Richie. When I was growing, that was to get your beverages on Sunday, because Catawba County sold them after 12 o'clock on Sunday.
Right.
When I was growing up, this was before I could drive. You know where James Parker's place is?
Yep.
Okay, in the many warehouses, just right there at the county line. That used to be a beer joint years ago, and they built onto it.
They came out the county line?
I think it was.
God, that's awesome.
We would either go there
awesome.
or we'd go down 27
God.
into Mecklenburg County
That's
to get
incredible.
it. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I love it.
Great old stories. Butch said, I would take my fat kids in the south end zone to warm up in pregame. No problem for motivation from the Creek game. Butch said Randy Fawcett was the smartest visiting coach ever. Overtime game, Bunker Hill won the toss, and instead of choosing offense or defense, he told the White Hat he wanted to go to the north end zone, and they beat us. Get away from the Creek game.
That's so smart. Oh, God, I love it.
That was a tough place. I mean, you know, it's like that was a tough place.
Now, I'm going to tell you something
and it was like West Lincoln. The fence was on the field.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't have the
right
track. You're right on top of it.
So I remember Coach Parker telling me the story about these guys had this sign up on the other side that said Maiden sucks or something like that, playing Newton, and they were carrying it around the stadium or whatever. And Butch, please tell me if I'm wrong. I just remember laughing about this story. They said, but as that sign got closer to the Creek gang, it was a huge sign that had, sheets, that said Maiden sucks or whatever. And as it got over, he said that sign started doing this, started just crumbling down. All of a sudden, it was gone. As it made its way over there, as people were walking around. I'll never forget that.
That was just
oh my God, that's so funny.
You know those mystic places you call it that you play.
So fun.
It was back in the days, and it just you can't recapture that. You can't recapture that. There are certain things, and now I haven't been over there lately, but didn't they tear down part of the?
They took it all down.
They took it all down.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
condemned it probably.
Yeah, and of course I think Butch is on today. He can elaborate more on it, but I think they condemned the lights and the seating on both sides. It's tough, man. It's tough.
Yep. It's let's see. Hobbs says Tom Brown on the Creek gang. They were several long-haired ones with broad shoulders and no teeth, and those were just the women.
Take a drink.
Easy, Hobbs. Easy. But the funny thing about it is, these are all real. And if you've been around here for any time, you remember.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Let me go ahead and let's do a little NFL, and I'm going to go ahead and get it on the record for right now.
All right.
Okay? Get it on the record. Panthers have a losing record.
Yes. Miserable.
8-9. We were playing golf last Sunday, me and Wes and Will, and he kept telling me that they're a 10-win team, and I'm like, ain't going to happen. So we stopped. We stopped at a hole, whipped out the schedule, and he started going through it, and by week 12, they were already at 9 losses.
Yeah, no, they're minimum of 6. Now again, I hope for the sake of the people in this area that are employed, the interest, that kind of thing, but I
love them. I pull for them.
Well, I want them to do very well.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. But the thing is, you've got one. Now, I hope Sam Darnold works into the kind of quarterback that he should have been. He was dealt a bad hand through the franchises that he got. Now, they've got one marquee player on that team, and that's McCaffrey. That's it. That is it. You can't be a true competitor with just one marquee player, unless I'm missing something.
Never be afraid to reinvent your team. Just because somebody plays at one position and they're good at it doesn't mean that there are not other opportunities for somebody else to come in and take that position, or upgrade that position and move that player that's doing a good job somewhere else. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a list of 8 things that supposedly the greatest coach that's ever lived from Manchester United in England. Okay, and those are the 8 things that he dare to rebuild your team at any time. It's one of the things that keeps you. You say, but you got to do what works for you. That's if you just want to attain to a certain level, right? So you've always got to be trying to, but you don't want to be too smart and outsmart yourself either. You know what I mean? But you're always trying to look for an advantage or something better, within your team and your program. And I just don't see that happening.
I don't either. I don't either. Cowboys and Bucks tonight.
Yeah, Buccaneers.
I mean, I don't.
And there's the process is in place, Lenny, and the Cowboys are not going to have a good season.
I don't think they are either.
I think Ezekiel Elliott's, and we can elaborate on this a little bit too, whenever, but his production's gone down every year.
Now from what I understand, what I've read, he is in the best shape that he's been in years. He's dropped some weight.
That's great.
And looking to be productive.
That's great.
But age catches up with you too.
Yeah, he's 5 years played in the league with injuries, so how great's that going to be? Okay, but his production's gone down every year, so there's an issue there. Dak, tremendous athlete, tremendous talent. How healthy can he be? I don't know.
That shoulder, you're going to find out early on the shoulder.
We're going to see some things that'll tell us very quickly.
They picked up Will Greer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. I mean, the thing about it is, solid backup as far as being able to come in and distribute the ball and do his job. We're not looking at anybody Hall of Fame, of course.
Listen, okay. Richie, but it's them boys. I don't care if it's them boys.
I'm with you.
I don't care.
I'm with you, but again, I'm not. I really don't wish Will ill.
No.
I'm a Steelers fan.
I'm just trying to be realistic.
No, I'm just talking about what they've got and things to look for.
Just like I came on Monday and said my Tigers sucked. They were terrible.
Yeah, they were. We hadn't had a chance
it's just
to talk
honest.
about that, but they're awful.
Yeah.
But I think Dallas's defense will be a surprise. That
new defense coordinator this year, if I'm not mistaken.
And the no names on the team probably will be what make it so good. The greatest defenses of all time, greatest defenses, and I mean of whatever level, are ones where you can't really say that guy was incredible because the things are spread out. Dallas's Super Bowl runs in the 90s, they had some great players on that defense. You can say, Charles Haley, things like that, but he was acquired, like a year or two later to get back to the Super Bowl from San Francisco because they saw they weren't going to be able to beat him. But my point is for the most part, there's great defense, like the no-name defenses. The Purple People Eaters, they have 4 guys up front, but the tackles were distributed out throughout the whole team.
Yeah.
That's what you got to look.
You got to have that.
Yeah.
Well, that's why the Panthers hurt so bad when Luke would go down.
Yeah.
Because he was the tackling machine.
Sam Mills, when he played
way back then. Yeah.
And
Andrew said, "No, them boys are all now commentators." Richie said, and here's the deal, Richie. Is Rule reinventing the team? He's basically gotten rid of all players from the former regime, but
he needed to. He needed to.
But you got to have a plan. You can't just get rid of them. You got to have a plan.
I think that's what he's trying to do. It's just a matter of whether Tepper's going to let him do it or not.
Why wouldn't he? Give him a 10-year contract. You better give him the keys to the castle.
Well, but remember, you have to listen to what people do.
Yep.
And then watch what they do. They say, don't listen to what I say, watch what I do. Now, you say, well, him giving him a contract is I'm just concerned about Charlotte still having a football stadium in 10 years. I'm just concerned about that. I think it's going to go to South Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very concerned about that.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind about that.
And it's going to be a soccer stadium.
Bank of America is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you know who just picked them up? The MLS team? Bojangles. But don't want nothing on Mondays because they're not open on Mondays. Bojangles. There's 2 Mondays there. They weren't open. I didn't know if you knew that. But said the first incident was at a playoff game against Edneyville in 71, my junior year. The second row bleacher broke in half, and several people were hurt, and local grocer and fan Tim Sipe suffered a broken leg. The state championship game the next week was moved to Gurley Stadium in Newton, which incidentally we won 6-2 over Mount Pleasant in 71.
Okay. Got it. So that was played at Newton. Got it. Yeah, I remember Tim Sipe told me about he's not the only one, but I know Tim. I've seen him all the time. His boy Robbie played for me and played on our state championship team. Great kid, major contributor. Best knuckleballer ever.
Which
Incredible.
is a little hard to believe.
Unbelievable. But anyway, I remember Tim telling me about the bleacher break. Yeah,
and the other thing, all those stadiums were cookie cutters.
Yeah.
Bunker, Bandy's, Ford, Maiden were all the same thing. They had those slab concrete,
what was interesting at Ford was when they put those bleachers in, like you're talking about on the visiting side, it sat slightly below the track. The first row did.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why they did that.
So, if you sat,
you couldn't see over the bench.
You had to sit on the fourth row to see over the players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Richie said Charlotte will be hosting soccer full time, and the Panthers will be playing in Rock Hill, Spartanburg, or Greenville.
Yeah, I was wondering.
They'll be playing in Rock Hill. They'll be playing close to where
Fort
that new
Mill,
facility
Fort
is.
Mill,
yeah,
somewhere in that area.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know any of this. I'm just speculating, but there just seems to be a lot of
Tepper will go with whoever gives him the money, just like Charlotte Knights did years ago.
Well, South Carolina's going to give him the money, and there's less restrictions there, and there's a lot more competitive advantages.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And it's going to, you say, well, it doesn't hurt Charlotte because people can go down there and work and do this and what, but it does. That's not good.
There was a reason that they were named the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
Just like back in the day, it was the Carolina Cougars back in the ABA day.
Yes.
You won't remember that because you're just a child. I remember that.
My parents talk about it.
I went. I saw them play.
Yeah.
Take another break. Be back in a moment.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit mooneyinsurance.com.
Times convenience stores are more than convenient. They're your neighborhood store, your store. With locations in Lincoln, Catawba, Gaston, Iredell, and Mecklenburg counties, there's one near you. Times convenience stores have the right items at the right price, from snacks, cold drinks, and light meals from the grill, and there's always a special to save you time and money. Times has what you need. Times convenience stores, there's one near you. Regardless of where you're going, there's one on your way. Remember, there's always time to stop by Times.
Have you thought about when you would like to retire? One of your major assets is planning for retirement is time, and you lose a little of it each day. The longer you wait to start accumulating capital for retirement, the harder it's going to be. How should you plan for retirement? Start by calculating approximately how much capital you will need at retirement, then estimate how much you will have to put away each year. Finally, carefully choose the investments in which you will invest. Stifel Nicholas can assist you. Call 4 Rembert today at 828-624-7300. Stifel Nicholas, member SIPC, and the New York Stock Exchange.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily, or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
Covenant Church began as a vision of just over 100 people in 1984. Since then, Covenant Church has grown and currently located at 2168 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. The Sunday schedule includes early morning worship at 8:30, Sunday school at 9:45, and morning worship at 10:45. Their ministries extend beyond Sunday. Visit their website at www.covenantchurch.church to see all they have to offer, and better yet, stop by and see for yourself. Covenant Church may be just what you're looking for a new church home.
If you ask around, you'll find Burke Mortuary has a reputation for excellence and commitment to value. They've built a reputation of trust for more than 35 years. Burke Mortuary is proud to offer personal attention, meaningful tributes, and the area's most affordable prices. They're also proud to offer you beautiful, state-of-the-art facilities. It's the perfect place to honor your loved one. So when choosing a funeral home, the choice is easy. Choose Burke Mortuary with locations in Maiden and Newton.
In the best of times, no one is more deserving of every opportunity, encouragement, and support than the youth in our communities. Parents, teachers, coaches, and sponsors struggle to stretch their budgets to continue help. Communities need a team effort. Times Oil Corporation, a longtime member of the community, established the Times Educational Alliance Mission, or Team Foundation. Since 2011, over $125,000 in grants have been donated in the community. Times Oil and the Team Foundation are proud to be community partners.
Hi, welcome back. Glad to have you in the house this morning. The professor will be with me tomorrow for the Friday edition. No college football tonight, 4 college football games tomorrow night, but there are some NFL games that are kind of intriguing that we're going to jump in here on. Bob said Fred T. Ford was the worst. You couldn't see the game stand on the top row.
He's right.
And Richie said, I wonder how much it would cost today to build the home side at West Lincoln, because it's all concrete. It's not the slabs.
Well, think about East Burke. Like, I'm sure Richie's seen it. Where I went to high school and played, it was all built by volunteers.
Yes.
The stadium was. But I'm going to tell you what. We play East Burke next week, or going to try to, high school-wise. I help coach at Maiden. And this is the first time that I have had the opportunity to go back to East Burke and coach. And that's been almost 30 years that I've been in. 27, 28, yeah. It's very, people say, well, it's, let me tell you something. When you play high school football, and Butch is on here, of course, Steven, and I know you other guys have played too, but those are 2 really good examples that I know personally. There's something about where you play, the relationships you have, not only with the players but also the coaches, and the mystique and the aura that you feel, Lanny, when you run out onto your field. And I have started realizing that I've started having those feelings of when I used to walk out of the locker room and we had a tunnel, not like you see today, but of a lined up tunnel that we would run through, and they would announce the starters' names. And, I believe it or not, I was a quarterback in high school, not very good, full disclosure, but they always announced me last. And just a feeling of running on the field, going out through that tunnel, it just – all those emotions and memories that I haven't had for, 30 years since I played there. That, after that last playoff game, I just kind of shut it down. It's starting to, filter back in. And it's just a neat thing. And I'm just talking about football and, the experience of football in general.
One more small rabbit hole, okay, talking about going home. Butch had to go through it when he went to West Lincoln and play Maiden.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
When I was at Bunker Hill, we went to West Lincoln to play. First time I'd ever been, on the other side at West Lincoln.
Yeah.
Fawcett did not tell me he was going to call on me during the pregame speech. Okay?
Wow.
So we're in the locker room.
Wow.
We're in the locker room that I started in. The visiting locker room was our
home
varsity.
Yeah, right.
So we're in there. Fawcett doesn't tell me he's calling on me. He's getting everybody fired up, doing his thing, and he looks at me and says, Coach Ford, when you played right here, dressed in this locker room, and you played Bunker Hill, what were you thinking? I didn't know what the right answer was. And the first thing that popped in my mind was, we were going to whip your ass. That was not the answer he was looking for. He was wanting me to come up with, that was the toughest bunch we were going to – when those bunch come out of Claremont, that bunch of Bears, we knew we had a game on our hands. And afterwards he said, that wasn't what you were supposed to say. I said, well, then you need to tell me that you're going to call on me. I didn't know this was a pop quiz.
The keys are over there.
And we won. I went to West Lincoln, and we won, and I got the Gatorade bath because I was from West Lincoln.
That's awesome. But the keys are over there. Where are the keys? The keys are over there. Okay, where over there?
Mm-hmm.
They're over there. I put them down right over there. Where? Okay. Well, they're over there on the other side, just right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you give instructions to a male, you need to be very precise and tell exactly what you want. No generalizations. Don't send any male on a seek and go find it. Okay.
I'm married. Somebody's got to tell me what to do.
That's what I'm getting at.
I mean, come on.
Let's be real. There.
Let's be real. Be specific.
Over there can be 8 rooms.
And if it don't get done, don't blame me if you didn't tell me specifically what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I have this discussion quite often.
The other thing that happened at that game, this was my first year away from West Lincoln. We had a kid running fullback. His name was Randy Kane. And Randy was a good old country boy. I mean, he was a hoss. 4, he broke his leg, snapped the lower leg during the game. I went out on the field and cried like a baby. That was one of my kids. His dad was out there with him and had to get the stretcher. That's, I mean, I get goosebumps just thinking about it now. And what's funny is now I see him because I see him a lot of times we get out victuals. He'll go down and have a beer after he gets off work and get something to eat. Great kid. Still the same great kid. I still remember it. I can see it in my mind. Yeah. It was on the field house side, end of the field, going down there.
Breaks your heart, man.
It just, God. I feel for the kids. Richie said the first bowl casualty of the year, the Red Box Bowl, has been canceled. They can't find a TV partner. Well, there's a reason for that because most of those bowl games suck. All right. 4 asked me what games intrigued me for the weekend. The best game of the weekend, in my opinion, is going to be Pittsburgh at Buffalo.
Absolutely.
That's going to be the best game of the weekend.
Second best game. Which one?
The second best game.
Not counting tonight, because tonight is going to be great.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
the
Sunday.
Second best game.
Yeah. It's got to be Cleveland, right?
Cleveland, but I'm also going to throw the Chargers and the Taters. I told you, I think Washington is the surprise team. Chargers, Justin Herbert, right? Mm-hmm. Big expectations there.
He's gonna have a tremendous.
That should
career.
be a good game. Now there'll be some games that'll be
Kansas
sleepers.
City. Cleveland,
Yes.
Kansas City.
That will be a good one, but it's going to be tough. You're going to find out if Baker Mayfield is going to make it when he goes to Kansas City. This will be a good opening task for him.
Well, there's another one that you and I had just briefly discussed off air is going to be I believe, Green Bay and
New Orleans in Jacksonville.
And seeing if Jameis Winston's going to –
Can Crab Legs be the man? That's the question. I'm not sure he can be the man. We'll find out. I don't know. Todd said 2 years ago they took the JVs to Bandy's from South, said it felt weird being in a visiting team on the home side.
Yeah.
It makes a difference.
Yeah, it is. It is a little.
Yeah. Going back to that Cleveland game, Cleveland has gotten much better. Expectations are really high. I'm just not sure they can measure up. And I'm wondering, and you know this like I do, Jameis Winston is another quarterback that probably had to have and has to have a lot of structure. And he didn't. What?
I'm sorry.
Butch's comment. He told that story. My first game as head coach at West, Biscuit shot the cannon as I was coming on the field, and the wadding hit him on his shoe, and it caught fire. He told that the other week we was having breakfast.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
My senior class won the money that bought that cannon, just in case anybody's wondering.
God.
I think the Ravens picked him up, Richie. Didn't the Ravens pick up Le'Veon Bell as a backup?
God.
I think that's right. Somebody can correct me on that.
So my first home game at Madison as a head football coach. We're getting ready to go out on the field. We're there and got all the kids there in front of the banner. I'm in front of them and said, "Let's go." Turned around, tripped over my own feet, straight down. They trampled me. I got up. That's when I had some hair. Looked like I had the absolute heck beat out of me. Oh, God. Never forget it. Good stuff.
My first game,
oh, God.
We brought in South Stanley for my first game at Highland for a scrimmage, and we were just a JV team. I scored 6 times on them. I thought, boys, we've got some. We're going to be okay. So the first game of the season that we have, we're coming out of the dressing room, and I've done the pregame speech, and everybody's fired out, and I always like to be the last one out, and one of my assistants was with me, and he was like, "Man, that was awesome." And I said, "Did I do good?" He said, "What do you mean you do good?" I said, "Well, it's just something you do."
Right.
Really? You don't just – dude, come on.
Come on. Yeah, figure it out, right?
Yeah. It's not wrestling, but it's close. I mean, you got to pump them up.
Well, and I always thought that, Coach Brown would do a really good – obviously just being as awesome as, he was and the things he did, but I just really – the thing that I took away from when he would talk to kids pregame and the speeches he gave is he was able to match the message to the moment so many times. And there were games that we played where we knew we were going to win by, a large margin. We just knew going in. And he still found a way to match the message for what we wanted to accomplish that night. What he wanted us to do, right? And I say us, I'm talking about staff, players, and it was like you're talking about it. He thought about what he wanted to say because on Fridays, and Butch remembers this, now they would paint the field and do things like that, but you couldn't hardly talk to him, not because he wasn't friendly, but because he was so focused on that game. He would sit at the back gate after school until Mike Kelly or whoever's working it got there, and you'd walk through and he'd just smile or whatever, and he'd sit on the golf cart, but you couldn't, there wasn't anything to talk about. He was laser focused, probably starting, and Butch probably, obviously knows, but probably after that JV game, that Thursday night, it was on for him. Yeah.
So you're saying that pregame speech was more effective than Fred tackling a trash can in the locker room?
So there was a combination of things, and this is like not myth. These things really happen, and especially when you're attending your first Bandy's game, and Fred goes in there and starts losing his mind too, and he talks about defense and starts getting fired up, and you can see just the fury and the fire in his eyes, and all of a sudden there was nothing left in that Bandy's stall, and he just went ballistic, and it was incredible. And then we went out there and played really well and beat them, that was my first Maiden Bandies game. Golly, dude, it was awesome.
You know,
it was awesome.
I've told this. I played against Tom, him coaching. I've coached against Tom, 2 different teams. But I had the opportunity to play for Tom for 1 week in my career.
Right.
And he had the offensive lineman, and that was enough to last me.
Yeah.
It was third week in July, 1,000 degrees. You're practicing 3 times a day. It was not pretty. It was not pretty.
And the thing
but we won.
Was,
that was the important thing.
But Coach Brown, was the head coach of the team, right? If he wanted to go with like when Roland Scott was coaching and he did let's say the backs, Tom wanted to go to the backs and, be there to work on some things. He was there to work on it with Roland. If he wanted to go with Butch and work on things, he would go with Coach Parker and work on things. If he wanted to go with Fred for the receivers, he would go work on I mean, that's just, that's what he did. And it worked.
Yeah.
The whole thing worked. It was incredible.
TJ said Coach Byrne tackling the trash can that had the wheels on it was the best.
Okay, so the first time he did that, Danny Harbison had just filled up. He and the student trainers, and managers had just filled up like 3 coolers, 1 water, a couple of Gatorades. All right, had them set up there and getting ready to take them out or whatever. And they had to refill them as a hot night or whatever. And it was right before the game. And Fred goes up and he talks about squaring up, making sure you're dialed in. And then you want to go after him. And he takes off and goes. And I'm like, this guy's not slowing down. This first time I saw it. He hit that trash can and wrapped it up. And that thing was on wheels. And he slid across the floor. Well, listen to this. His legs, when he hit the bench where the kids were, his legs flew up behind him. So he was laying like this. His legs come up behind. He went into the locker and got wedged in right beside Cedric Shuford. And he's trying to get out, and he's upside down. His head's like this. And Stephen Stephen was a freshman then. But anyway, I was like, oh, my God, he's dead. This is incredible. And Fred jumps back up. He's, scratches and everything. And the kid, and, of course, Tom's like, let's go out there and whip there, and everybody jumps up. So I was like, this is like wrestling. It's like, when I watch on Thursdays and Mondays, this is incredible.
Todd said the weirdest moment for him was attending his first Maiden football game and did not have to go through metal detectors and pat downs because he's from AC.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. I never had to experience that till I went to Charlotte, started calling games in Charlotte. Yeah. They use that event staffing just like you see at a Panther game or something, and they've got the wands.
Oh,
yeah. The biggest one I've ever been through is when I was traveling with App and we went to the big house, went to Michigan. As press and media had never been through anything like that. They had dogs sniffing your bags at Michigan.
Yeah, that was still close enough to 9/11. That was only 5, 6 years after, whatever it was, 7, whatever, after 9/11. So there were still some major – I mean, not that there shouldn't be, but you know what I'm saying. That's when it really started picking up. But I tell you, man, the other one Fred Byrne is Fred, before the game, we'd always have a scout offensive team, and they would run the other team, the other team's plays, and our defense would, get ready and things like that. Well, Fred decided he's going to run scout. And Butch may remember this. Fred, and I'm sure he did it several times, but I just remember this. Fred was running scout team tailback, and Cedric came up to him and just tapped him and said, "Come on, Cedric, you got to be better than that. You got to want it." Next time Fred ran toss sweep around the right, Cedric Shuford was playing end at that time. He came up and hit Fred and derailed him. I mean, just took him down. Fred gets up, grabs him by his face mask, and they're fighting and going at it. And the kids are just going, I mean, they're loving it. It's just, it wasn't, it's incredible.
Fawcett used to worry about me because when I was at Bunker Hill, of course, I was younger. I was 35 at the time. I would play. I would hit with them.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, don't hit me in the face unless you can give me a helmet.
Right.
I didn't have any problem lining up, and when we were practicing field goals and that kind of thing, I mean, the kids get all excited about doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there was a time like, and you talk about being younger, that I would, help run the scout team quarterback position, being a younger kid, a lot smaller back then, and still being – because I played a lot of pickup basketball still, into my late 20s or whatever. So, I was still in decent shape. But the point is you still get out there and you be as interactive as you can be, and try to help the team. You know what I'm saying? Help the kids prepare, give them different looks, things like that.
Jeremy said the best tackling trash can with Fred was in 1992. This is amazing to me. Against Bunker Hill at Bunker, it was halftime, and he took out the trash cans and the water coolers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, let me remind you again as we wind it up here. Send me your email addresses, okay, because we're going to have a Pick'em League. Starts today. Send me your email addresses. You'll get an invitation from CBS Sports. That's where I'm running the pool. We're going to pick 15 games a week, the top 15 NFL and college games. Top 15 NFL and college games. Send me your email address. The emails will get out today. And
there's one thing that is unofficial, but I'm getting messages on it. It's getting out on social media. We are at Maiden trying. We had to cancel our game with Monroe. Mm-hmm. They called us yesterday during the middle of practice, and they were COVIDed out. We are very likely to have a home game tomorrow night against a team from Asheville. Okay.
JV game tonight still on?
JV game tonight against Shelby.
Okay.
Okay. So we will have.
I'm going to have a hot dog too.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you there.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's not been announced officially. I haven't seen it yet, but because
officially,
right? But because it's on social media so much, and people are asking like crazy on here and hitting me with messages, I think we're really trying hard to make sure that happens. So the likelihood is pretty high. I think they're just trying to finalize it. So again, not official, but a high probability.
Look for news coming. Look for news coming. And if you don't see it today, we'll know what's going to be in the morning.
Yeah.
Anyway, me and the professor will be in here in the morning. Have a great day. Don't forget, email addresses. Let's get in this pool. Have a good day, folks.